Hey gamers, what's up? It's me, Jake again, and today I'm going to be smashing the hopes and dreams of more overhyped games. In this case, the Halo Master Chief Collection's PC port. Now, the Master Chief Collection's been rumored to be coming to the PC ever since Microsoft decided that instead of releasing exclusive Xbox games, they'd be releasing many of them on the PC as well. This is fueled by the fact that Halo 3 on the PC was a much anticipated rumored game, which has been rumored ever since Halo 3 came out, and right up there with Half-Life 3 in terms of how much gamers wanted it. For the longest time, Halo 3 for the PC was a myth, and the subject of hoaxes for years. Furthering this was the fact that Halo 3 is now playable in the 360 emulator Xenia, and the saga revolving around Halo Online, which was a cancelled Halo 3 based free-to-play game. A mod was created for Halo Online called Dorito that tried to recreate Halo 3 and Halo Online, and while it was hacky, it was good enough for all the people downloading it. And for a few days, it got incredible amounts of hype. Like, this is off the charts. It was incredibly hyped for days. It surpassed Halo titles, like the official ones, in popularity, along with numerous other games on Twitch and interest in downloads. Then Microsoft started pressuring Twitch to ban people streaming it and then shut the project's further development down, and even posted a blog post about it because they knew people were mad. But they also said in it that they were working with the El Dorito team and the broader mod community, which is confirmed by word I've heard around the web. Fast forward a year or so later, after El Dorito's flash in the pan likely pushed Microsoft towards actually hearing and listening to what people had been saying for the past 12 years, which is, I want Halo 3 on PC, and the Halo Master Chief Collection is finally coming to the PC. And it's even on Steam as well. Thing is, though, after what's happened to Halo on the PC and the series itself in the last 2 years, I'm not so excited for it. And let me tell you why this is the case. Now, Halo on the PC has had a pretty interesting history. The first game was a pretty good game. It was a port done by Gearbox Software back before Gearbox Software became known as Randy Pitchford's money laundering company, where he'd take money for one project and put it towards another. That's what they did with Borderlands and Aliens Colonial Marines. Look it up. But Gearbox, before they were known for that, before they were known for Duke Nukem Forever, before they were known for Battleborn, Gearbox was this company that did ports of games to other systems. And they did the port of Halo PC, and it was pretty good, even though there were some issues that Gearbox claimed were due to Microsoft's demands, such as the game having weird netcode designed for dial-up, or an even bigger issue being the game's shaders being low quality compared to the Xbox version, which was apparently due to Microsoft demanding the game has to fit on a CD instead of a DVD. It was pretty interesting to say the least, but it was a good PC port. It could run on quite a bit of hardware, and it's still played quite a bit, especially with Custom Edition and that game's mod community. Halo 2 for the PC, on the other hand, was pretty much the complete opposite of Halo 1 in a lot of ways. Now, the thing with both Halo 1 and Halo 2 for the PC was they were done a few years after their original Xbox versions. Halo 1 for the PC was made in between 1 and 2 on the Xbox, and Halo 2 for the PC came out at about around the same time as Halo 3 came out on the 360. So Halo 2 for the PC was done by an internal Microsoft team called Hired Gun, or as somebody I knew back in the day called them, Fired Gun, because they broke up not long after Halo 2 for the PC came out, and there were actually only 2 updates for Halo 2 for the PC. One of them did a few minor things like remove the ass error. Google that. Google Halo 2 ass error and you'll see what I'm talking about. And it also removed the ability to display custom level icons, like, because of that controversy. And then it also updated it for a newer version of games for Windows Live. And then there was another update that updated it for a newer version of Games for Windows Live, and that's it, because over time, as Games for Windows Live got updated, stuff started to break in the game. There was that freeze when joining the game bug. There was voice chat just completely breaking when they did the whole codec switchover that happened on all games for Windows Live games for some reason, even though on the 360 there was no such codec switchover. Just newer games used the new voice codec, and older ones still used the old voice codec. But on the PC, all games were forcibly switched over, and this meant Halo 2 for PC's voice chat broke because of the whole games for Windows Live tie-in. And the thing with Halo 2 for Vista is, it was a broken game. The text rendering engine, for example, would slow down the game when the server list was shown up. And if you spammed a lot of text, it would slow the game down as well. There was the server crashing glitch, where if you sent the game characters it would not recognize, it could crash everybody in the server, or it would crash the server list. I mean, I learned that was like ridiculously easy to do years ago once somebody told me what exactly the crashing code was. It was this hex character that would just crash the game completely. And that was a big Halo 2 Vista issue back in the day. There was the whole Halo, and let me tell you, you know what's funny about that was even these people who claimed to be like Halo 2 Vista, like Halo modders and shit, they couldn't even find out what it was. But that's what it was. It was a text character that crashed the game. The engine couldn't render. And not only that, but Halo 2 Vista also had a crippled map editor, which meant a lot of the map editing community dumped the game. The server browser was closed, which meant that you couldn't browse the server list with tools like you could with other PC games back in the day, like Q Tracker you couldn't use. You couldn't look up the server on game servers. You couldn't use Xfire. You couldn't use any of that stuff back in the day with Halo 2 Vista because the server list was this cluttered thing. You had to use your CD key and make an Xbox Live account to host servers back in the day. And the worst thing about Halo 2 PC was, even though the game was Games for Windows Live, and even though it was made free later on, Games for Windows Live at first, get this, you actually had to pay money to, like, filter out servers. You had to pay money to, like, do quite a few features because they thought that people would pay money for Xbox Live Gold on a PC game. PC gamers didn't fall for that. Hell, Halo 2 Vista was such a bad game that even the master server kept going down multiple times. Like, the master server would just go down sometimes for days, sometimes for hours, and you'd go to look for games and it would say not available. So, yeah, the only way you could play was offline or on LAN mode. And then one day the server just went down completely. And so what happened after that was, first people started playing the game online with LAN mode, but then not long after that, people managed to get Halo 2 for Vista running on its own new private server called Project Cartographer. That's what Halo 2 is now on the PC. You have to download Project Cartographer, and while you can install it over an existing Halo 2 Vista installation, they want you to just download the game instead from their website, a pre-patched version of it already that's all ready to go instead, and play that. And so Halo 2's Vista's community has like rebounded slightly, but it's still nowhere near that of Custom Edition for quite a few reasons, such as the fact that more people want to play Halo 1, such as the fact that the mod scene's been much better for Halo 1, such as the fact that Halo 1's just a better game overall. But the thing is, Project Cartographer still had a few people on it. Halo 3 and newer didn't come to the PC. There's Halo Wars, sure, but just like what kids in your middle school would say when Halo Wars was new, this game sucks, it's not real Halo, I'm sticking to Halo 3 instead, and that's pretty much what everybody did with Halo Wars. They forgot about it because it wasn't a first-person shooter. It was this spin-off that was an RTS game. So a lot of people forgot about Halo Wars. But that did come to the PC later, and Halo Wars 2 came to the PC as a Windows Store exclusive, and Halo 5 Forge came to the Windows Store, only the Forge mode though, not the main multiplayer that everybody's playing on the Xbox. But there was the whole El Dorito fiasco I mentioned about, and it's obvious that was a stopgap measure because there was no Halo 3 on the PC. I mean, if you look at the subreddit for it now, people are like, Woo, Halo's finally on PC. We did it, Reddit. And that's the thing. El Dorito isn't going to be like Project M was after the, yeah, we're shutting down. We didn't get a DMCA from Nintendo, though. No, we didn't, with a wink and a nod. You know that. Remember that? Well, it's not going to be like Project M was after that, where people are still playing Project M to this day at like con rooms in the Dolphin emulator. Like you could go to a con game room. There's going to be like Wii's running Project M. You open up Dolphin and do net play. There's going to be people with Project M doing net play on Dolphin. Yeah, you're going to see that, but El Dorito, on the other hand, that was a stopgap, plain and simple. It was obvious it was a stopgap, and that's going to completely die off. But on the other hand, does anybody remember what happened to the Master Chief Collection on the Xbox One? Does anybody remember when you were going to get Halo games on the Xbox exactly how they were years ago, only for them to be either broken PC ports, or they were just broken ports in general? Remember how broken the Master Chief Collection was? Remember that? Because let me tell you something. I actually wasted money on the Master Chief Collection when it was new. And let me tell you something. That thing didn't even work day one. I remember being so excited. I put the game in my Xbox, and I tried playing online, and I can't find matches. I Google it. Everybody is having the same issue. And when I did get into a match, it was broken as hell. That was a dumpster fire. And even years later, it's been how many years now? 5 years now? It's been 5 years since that happened. And the Master Chief Collection is still a burning dumpster fire in some ways. They fixed some things, but we got rid of voting because we can't have you voting for stuff. And but they did finally offer a feature where you could search for specific games. Did you leave a game once because you're still getting stacked against MLGs with a team that put the controller down to go browse E621 or something? Or do their homework or clean their room or something? They put their Xbox controller down, or they're 9-year-olds who just got the game for the first time at their local GameStop in the used bin, and they're playing Halo for the first time, and you're up against a bunch of MLG pros, and your team's just a bunch of kids. Well, you try backing out, and because 343 couldn't implement joining in progress, a certain game, I don't know, I think it has something to do with Charlie Oscar Delta, something like that. Yeah, I think it's that game, the Charlie Oscar Delta game, yeah. Or the game about fields and battles, yeah, they could do joining in progress, but 343 couldn't have you do that. So instead, they ban you for a few minutes, because that'll get rid of people quitting, am I right? Oh, right, it doesn't do shit because 343 doesn't actually play the games they put out. And now you get banned for a few minutes and told your reputation on Xbox is going to decrease if you leave games because you keep getting into crappy lobbies. That's the 343 experience for you, because they can't add features that other developers can add. And you know what? The Master Chief Collection, it still has some bugs. And they're going to finally throw it on PC. Let's be honest, people. I've gotten burned several times. And you know what? I'd wait and see on Halo coming to the PC. I mean, sure, it's finally coming to the PC. Remember when Duke Nukem Forever actually came out and it sucked? Yeah. I'd wait and see if the Master Chief Collection is going to be any good. Because chances are you're going to be disappointed by it. You will be disappointed by it. And then you'll end up playing Call of Duty or... No. People don't play Call of Duty anymore. They just play Fortnite all day. You're going to be playing Fortnite all day once this is over, I guess. Once the hype runs out, once you realize, man, this game was a disappointment. If you're dumb enough to actually waste money on this when it's new, before people actually say, is this game good or not? Because that's what I'm saying here. I'm saying you should wait and see if this game is good. Remember H2V? Remember the Master Chief Collection on the Xbox One when it was new? Yeah. And knowing how Halo is, modern gaming is, be lucky if you even get custom maps beyond Forge mode, or mods or dedicated servers that you can host yourself. Be lucky if you get any of that stuff, because modern gaming doesn't let you have that anymore. Sorry, gamers. And that's all that needs to be said. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and wait and see before you spend your money. Unless, of course, you have mom's credit card and you can spend $60 on it whenever, wherever.